Right. Maybe say so. And it's really probably. She says, why they should, or they're gonna, and it's. Liberty. Roll call. Here. Charters. Here. Cora. Here. Stratton. Here. And Open. Here. Okay, moving on the agenda, I don't have anything to add. I don't think. So we need a motion to approve. I'll make a motion to approve the agenda. Second. Roll call.
Charters.
Yes.
Cora.
Yes.
Stratton. Yes. Olden.
Yeah.
Corral.
Yes. Request to appear, Ms. Brooke. For the Frankfurt Airport.
Hello, happy Tuesday. I shared the FKS Airport Capital Improvement Plan, or ACIP, which lists the concepts for airport projects for the next 5 years. We began this process with the annual MDOT meeting, the Michigan Airport Programming and Math meeting in September. Last September, the aviation easement with the Pines was not final, and the consent judgment between the Airport Authority and the Pines was signed in November of 2023. So that judgment is in the ACIP. Per the judgment, the obstructions or trees will be removed by April of 2026. MDOT is mandating that the airport include these costs and to request reimbursement after it's complete. FKS was able to apply 6 grants this last year to acquiring the Pines aviation easement. Multiple grants this next year and the next 3 years will be used towards the easement and removing the obstructions. The final year of the ACIP 2029, the projects are going to be for rehab of the runway. Next year's MAP meeting, the airport would like to plan for operating revenue generating projects such as hangars, and that would begin at 2030. In June, MDOT inspected FKS and found licensing discrepancies, which have to be addressed to become an unprovisional general utility airport. One of the discrepancies is runway lights, and then the other is the cloud restriction. Several years ago, the FAA changed the runway light requirements, and the airport is not able to have these costs covered under annual AIP grants. So I'm currently writing a state grant, and if awarded, it's going to cover the $266,000 needed for the runway light modification and the obstruction removal. And one of the requirements of the grant is evidence of local support, which is hence the draft letter that's included in the packets. And the deadline for the letter is December 1st. The state local grant that I'm applying for will ease the cost burden for FKS and ultimately the city. The award will be announced in January of 2025, and I'll share the outcome in February of our next presentation.
How much did you say is going to cost for the clearance of the tree?
Well, it's for everything. So the grant is asking for all of the things that prohibit us from being just a general utility. So getting rid of all the provisions, it's going to cost $266,000.
$266 per year. Getting money from the state.
I'm hoping this grant will cover all of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And does this,
So if it doesn't, then we'll proceed with the pines removal, the tree removal, and we'll have to put off the light modifications. But that's going to, we'll have to address that in the future sometime. But
does
that's
that have anything to do with your licensing though?
yes, yeah, we have to get rid of those provisions, those discrepancies, so we can be just a general utility.
And how much is it for the lights?
About 60,000.
Yeah, but that's included in the 200.
Right. Yeah, and I'm going high just to cover any costs of contingencies.
And have you been notified that you needed to change lights?
Not before June. At the last inspection in 2021, they did not mention it. And from my research, the FAA changed their requirements back in 2018. So it's just, a lot of airports out there are on provisional licenses also
Okay.
because of, mostly because of trees. And then these other things too.
So the provisional license is, you can keep operating it.
Mhm, yes, yes, so we can still keep getting our annual grants.
Yeah. Good work.
Thank you. Any other questions?
That's great.
Oh, yeah, that was neat. Yeah, that was really neat. It was out of the blue. They had called me the Thursday before requesting permission, and then they called me the next day with the details. They had worked out where they wanted to be, how they wanted to do their maneuvers. Yeah, that was really neat.
Did you have some people there? Because unfortunately, when you called me, I had.
Right, yes, I think a lot of people just noticed them in the area and came to Airport Road because the road was lined, people.
Oh, yeah.
They were put together.
Nice.
Yeah, there's some really good videos out there.
Well, did you think? Thank you. Anybody else have a question first? Come again. No? Okay. So, who's going to correspondence? One from Beth Simpson's, Fitzsimmons, yeah. Concerns about Iron Man, and Jay Darling, opposed to Iron Man. And Lori Darling, opposed to Iron Man. Daniel Brooks, concerned with the Scottsdale Prom Band and the Fall Festival Parade. I think we all got copies of that letter. David Rios, Iron Man participant in favor of Iron Man. Emily Bow, Iron Man participant, thank you. And Susan Lavelle, and City of Frankfurt residents in favor of Greater. So now we move to the approval of all of those minutes. To the pre-title, but they was insignificant. Now, I saw one
Correction, I believe.
Oh. No, I think, on page 2 of the October 22nd meeting.
Yeah.
Brady voted no. So that needs to be corrected.
That's the same.
So I will make a motion to approve the special council meeting of 10/7/24, the regular council meeting of 10/15 of 24. The special council meeting of 10/22 as corrected. Special council meeting of 11/7/24. And special council meeting of 11/13/24.
Sorry about
Okay. Wrong,
Ford,
yes.
Stratton, yes, Olson,
that. Yep.
Brian,
Yes. So I've got kind of a special twist on the approval. I need to abstain from the regular council meeting of 10/15/4 because I was absent. But the rest of the meeting minutes I can.
Okay. So you're saying that?
Yes.
Okay.
With the information abstained.
Okay. Okay. Oh,
Okay. Make a motion to approve pay vouchers number 55689 to 56882. HRA 8853 through 8863, in the amount of $322,367.81, which $221,197.30 for loan payments. Payroll voucher number 41658 through 41792, and EFP 694 through 711, in the amount of $197,931.15, of which $117,099.25 for wages, $29,670.36 for employee retirement benefits, $4,245.77 for employee deductions, $26,083.58 for federal tax deposits, $20,832.19 for MERS.
So,
Roll call.
Yes, roll call.
Corolla,
Yes.
Charters,
Yes.
Warren,
Yes.
Olson, and Strack. Yes.
Motion to approve vouchers 56958 through 57022 in the amount of $424,166.63.
Second.
And the reason that is so large, we paid a couple of bond payments. Each was.
Yep.
So. Roll call.
Warren,
Yes.
Charters,
Yes.
Stratton, Miss Olson, and Corolla.
Yes.
Okay. Council members reports, yeah,
I was not able to attend downtown development, I'm not sure if you have that.
have that somewhere.
I do have, was able to attend the housing commission, where we discussed the Lincoln Main apartment updates, Simpsons, open house plan for end of the month, November. On track for the units, the occupancy, first set of units on December 1st. So it's really exciting. We have a lease signing potentially happening with those tenants that are approved. And then we're looking at mid-December for more units to be available. They're currently vetting more applicants with the AMI being where it is. They need to be 120%, between 60% and 120%. So trying to find the good match. They have a lot of good applicants, but we're weaving through those applicants right now. Again, overall, very positive thing for Frankfurt. Expanding affordable housing facilities in the district and areas, some different opportunities, looking at different options. The second home that the land trust has put up for sale, I think was last week. I believe they put it on the market for the second home that up on
With the one that's left.
yes, yeah, right, correct. So that's exciting there too. So obviously looking for more property to build more homes like that. Exploring housing needs, short term and long term. That was all we discussed. I don't think we had a fire advisory from us.
They have changed the open house.
Okay,
Second,
okay, got it.
yeah, and then 11 to 2, yeah. And we're kind of,
Well, yeah.
yeah. Public is welcome, and I think that's gonna be their really cutting up stuff, yeah. So, okay. Dale?
Personnel met a couple of times. So we started our interview process with the prospective new police chief and board interviews. I'll follow up with you on that, but that process is progressing along. We also like to report that, the council approved at last council meeting, the, police, officers, union, contract, and that was, fully ratified just a few days ago, so that process is needed. And that, so I'm thankful for that. Finance tonight, but I will, let Joanne comment on that, we both sat in on that meeting. Water and sewer, solid waste did not meet planning commission met on, what day did they meet? Last week, last Tuesday. We want to say simplistic meeting. They continue to review the rooftop unit, ordinance with respect to, buildings already within the 30-foot envelope, so they were continuing to discuss that. There's an ad hoc committee before the meeting that reviewed some of that. They also talked some about the draft of the late ordinance and trying to get that moving along. I think they've got their so they're trying to move that along. They discussed the meeting sequence for next year. It's going to be basically every other month unless they need an additional meeting. And they also talked about trying to expedite some of the meetings with some of the member reports, and that some of that information is already available, and so they're talking about that as well. I'd also like to, maybe you want to comment on that?
Yeah,
So they're planning kind of a joint meeting, and Joanne will talk about that here in a second, with the planning commission, with the land trust, the downtown development authority, housing commission, as well as council and myself. And
also, yeah, and the elementary school, and it's about housing. This company is going to come in and kind of, I guess, pretty much tell us how we can do. Help me, Josh, if you said it under one.
Well, so Brian Patrick with Flywheel Rental is a consultant being paid for Housing North.
Yeah,
And he just really does a great job at communicating and presenting complexities associated with housing.
right,
What we're doing is really, he says we're leaders in that area. But I really would encourage anyone from the public to come listen to Ryan speak, because he does a fabulous job talking about strategies associated with zoning, strategies that pertain to the various partnerships.
well, and it was my understanding his business basically, could plug in, like if we were thinking of putting housing in a certain area, he would be able to take our ordinances and see how it would apply to that, so. But this is gonna be a combined, and yes, we really want the public to be part there, and is at the Frankerdale Wintry multi-purpose room, and it's between 6 and 8 o'clock. So.
But continuing on, what's the last Bloor meeting? We have another one on Tuesday. We're still waiting on our ballot financing, getting requests for additional information, which City of Franklin, British Alberta, continuing to put that forward, trying to, be very responsive, and we have been responsive in trying to, accommodate their requests, and we're just hopeful that gets moving along pretty soon with Lua. Again, I had another meeting on Thursday morning at that. The Marina Authority, as Josh somewhat reported in his recap, superintendent's recap, the boat launch has done pretty well, and the marina also did quite well. We would need to get a, marina authority meeting going or things like that, it's scheduled in. Such as
That's
storage,
storage
facility and, also, replacing the pumper. And, that, so, hopefully in the next month, we'll get something scheduled with that to kind of. So that's what I have.
Okay. And there are flyers here concerning that for anybody in the public that wishes to attend that, housing. Okay, yes, we did have a finance meeting on November the 13th. All of the funds, the insurance lines just need to be reallocated. That's pretty much the gist of it. The collection of taxes has been amazing with only 2.4% left to be collected, which is outstanding at this time of the year. Usually that's about the amount that we turn over to the counties. So the reimbursement from the state has been received for the elections for the early voting. Now that was just for the primary. It's my understanding they're not going to pay us for the regular. We will need to keep an eye on the DPW salary line because they only have 6.11% left. And that's mainly because all of the work has been through there.
Yeah, a lot of them are,
Yeah.
all of our base wages are all broken out into multiple parts. So we just have to, it may allow us to transfer as much over to major local.
Right. That like what we had to do toward the end of the year last year. So other than that, the budget looks, as a whole, looks very good. And we did have a discussion about the marina improvement part of it. I did attend the DDA. We talked about the marketing website. I think my report was online. And it was asked, which was me, when we would be able to see the film that they have produced promoting Frankfurt, and Rick is gonna look into seeing how that can happen. The tree lighting is December 7th. The holiday shopping is December 14th. The corridor improvement opportunities, they're working on a grant. Yes, Josh and Rick are probably the ones working on that to request for the state focusing on the East End infrastructure. Putting in sidewalks pretty much in most of the town, in various parts of the town. The snow relays will be going up in the next couple of weeks.
Next week, most likely.
Okay.
You done?
This discussion on Main Street repairs, water mains, parking, traffic, counting the speed sign, the signs, and develop a plan for Main Street. The chamber update was the fall festival was a success. We not heard anything on our business accelerator from Mr. Smith, but we need to get in touch with him. And at this time, the DDA has 196,000 plus as of November 4th, but they do have 109,000 already committed for the waysiding. We're going to keep the strategic planning on the agenda and just designate specific time to discuss a few of the action items. We talked about the Tibbetts car show update is going to be scheduled for June 7th of 2025. There's 250 cars to be on the pavement between Second Street west of Michigan Avenue. Working with TC Tourism and a connection to Charter City hosting at a different, they're gonna be doing the same thing on a different day. The chamber did vote to, designate $2,000 a month for an employee to partner with the chamber. And that person will, take care of social media, events, strategic planning and grant writing. So she's gonna be, was Brenna Bankston, I don't know what they're Nugent, yeah. So she's coming on board to help out. Because the volunteers don't have time to get there, so, yeah. And that was pretty much it, because then the tree board. Boy, have they been busy, even though I'm part of that committee, I just don't have time to help out. But, they have planted 95 trees to date. And they have about 5 more that they wanna, plant before the end of the year. They're going to be moving, from the nurseries, some of the trees that are gonna go to grow place. 3 rows of trees were planted in the Park Connect project that's on 22 between James Street and Corning, yeah. With, in the future, they have a sidewalk go in between. Fertilizing and composting. And those trees that were planted were part of the DNR DCF grant. The art for the posters, they're going to be working with the art center. To let the art center choose an artist to do our posters, instead of us going out and trying to find an artist to do them. Also, quite a bit of discussion of what we can do about the deer rubs on our new trees that we are planting. So we're trying to figure out how we can prevent that. We're kind of putting a plea out to people if they see that, try to shoo them away. Yeah, I wish we could.
Say a shoe?
Yeah.
Either or.
People are-
So, but they are damaging the trees, and so we're trying to come up with something to keep the deer away from us. And Shannon was going to. Jeff was gonna ask Shannon to put on the website about the deer harming the trees. So that's my report. Ready? Okay.
Alright, Brooke was here, kind of giving a lowdown on the airport. Rec board, we did not meet this month because early voting was going on and it was in chamber was. So we will meet in December for the rec board. Public safety, we met 21st of October. I don't have my notes with me. We talked about fire hydrants, some of them being painted shut, correct, Mike? You know, it's kind of a double-edged sword, you know, the DPW guys are going off paint them all, so they're nice and red and pretty. At the same time, they paint them, they're kind of aluminum shut.
Go back to was that.
Maybe they can be greased, I don't know. There you go, okay. We talked about placement of the speed signs up on Dales. I've noticed, I'm down that hill time of day. Works maybe 50% of the time at best.
Like, you got some comments on that as well, step back comments.
You know, and I wonder if it would be better served, maybe like a little halfway down the hill a little farther.
Possibly, I'm wondering too about the direction of the solar panel that charges it.
Yeah,
And that, but, and especially when we get consecutive pretty cloudy days.
Mhm.
I mean, I would think that that would have enough power to still regenerate.
You would think so, yeah.
Really.
We originally looked at battery banks because of that, because of our tree canopy. So that was discussed. Cosmetic cost.
Of course,
We
like
should-
everything,
Yeah, we should get those troubles.
And, you know, the way we moved the one up on Michigan Ave, you know, I think it should be, and I think the police chief felt this way, that we better suited maybe down on the east end of Main Street, where people do tend to really speed. They seem to, after they get past 7th Street heading east, it's like 35 to 40 through there. Well, can't see who they're only about that. Yeah.
I don't know.
So I don't have something around that meeting. Mike, is there anything you want to add to that public safety meeting?
The one, when you here in December.
Yeah. Server, just down here in Low versus Boundary, I'm sure. As I know, that's that.
Sure, you know,
We can talk about it. So.
You have none. Commissioner Terra.
Thank you.
No, if I need to sit or stand, or it doesn't matter. Okay, okay. I'll just sit here then. All right, I noticed it wasn't swiveling around, but I submitted my report ahead of time and I know it's usually posted online. I just wanted to review a couple things that I talked to the mayor about before the meeting. On tomorrow, we're having a solid waste special meeting at the county, and it is to review some hazardous waste proposals. So we're just starting to look at those. Just an FYI, the Board of Commissioners is reviewing a draft for the county payment in lieu of taxes pilot plan. So looking at that draft and, you know, that defines the relationships between a developer and the county, where the developer and owner commits to reserving residential units for households earning at or below the 120% of the AMI. We had the public hearing for the master plan, and your Commissioner-elect Christy Trigg stood up and she said she would like education to be addressed in the master plan more specifically. And in our study session, which was the same afternoon, but after the BOC, we did discuss had discussions regarding the marijuana funding allocation, $230,000 potential focus on that. 3 areas were recreation, and these are very, very broad. Recreation, education, and infrastructure. I had suggested that exactly what you guys are doing and most of District 3, that you broadcast your meetings as educational. It gets the public involved, and I have seen in Crystal Lake Township how activating that citizen base made a difference for them. So it's empowering and informative, so we don't know where that's going to go on that. Our local radio station, WUWU, seems to be doing really, really well at giving us local information, which is very, very reliable for us. You don't have to worry about it being infiltrated with information. And so I highly recommend that you.
I was gonna say, could we ask them to think this on about our combined meeting?
I think that would be great information. I'll also need to pick up that information for you if you have it. Okay, thank you. And then just an FYI, Santa is going to pay a visit to the government center if you have some little ones. 11 December, coming a little bit early, 3 to 5. And it's going to be in the 206, the room 206, which is next to admin in the government center. And the rest is in the report unless there are some questions. Yeah,
I have a question.
yes.
So on November 12th. If that's being discussed,
Mhm,
we say funding 230,000,
mhm.
potential focus in recreation, education, infrastructure.
We have, yes, well, it's the beginning. Those were just, that's why I said it's very general categories. We haven't assigned any money yet. We know we have an amount. And it was brought up both from the public and from some of the commissioners there, myself being one of them. That those would be 3 areas that we would look into. So,
It's utilizing it for a long run. You see.
right. Right.
Is that?
Oh, okay, thank you for, I didn't know where you were going with that. Oh, I was wondering where to something. Okay, yeah, not. The revenue, gosh.
Is that down from what you have collected in previous years?
I think maybe a little bit of the one get close.
Right, and, yeah. Yeah, one closed, but then it opened, I forget the name of which one it was. They have a clever one. Lead with the French, yeah. Anyways,
It sounds like you know all my thought.
okay. I just received a gift from someone and it was in a loom bag, so. A reusable bag, but anyways. Unless there are other questions, it's always posted online for the public and I appreciate any questions. The clarity I have.
Thank you.
All right, I have one more meeting with you guys and that is it. And Christy is ready to rock and roll.
Thank you. Okay, unfortunately, Chris is sick, so I won't put Jennifer through this, I'll just take a break. Huh?
But I appreciate it.
This is, Greg Walton's 8th anniversary, I can't believe, he's been here 8 years.
It was a seasonal.
Yeah, wow, before that. Congratulations to him. And she is thanking Jennifer and Amy and Shannon for their diligent work and all the help that they gave for fiscal year end for the audit, for the season, for the summer taxes. It was just plain madness, probably is what she's trying to say in June and July, and then with the early election in August, you're pretty, and then the audit was also in the, which we haven't. When we're gonna get that presented, hopefully early part of next month. Hopefully, but she said she had to send the OPEB report to them before they could finish up, so look forward to it. He said, percentage of voters. There was 25% turnout for early voting. And it sounds like that they had fewer that came to the polls than what they had for, want to say, absentees. So they had 309 that voted, no, they had more that came polls. So that has been very, very busy, the revenues look good, the actuary report for OPEB, I mentioned that. She had gotten from Rebecca Hubers, Vinci County Emergency Manager, the Vinci County Astro P24 site report, which she's included some pictures which are kind of pretty cute. Yeah, we do have, she spoke about board of review, there will be a December board of review, but after that, there's two individuals that want to step down, but according to our charter, they have to stay on until there's a request. So we need to get more diligent, I guess, about getting to maybe even a third for an alternate for the board of review. And we had been pleased. Judge.
Us have working towards raising the necessary funds for our lighthouse. So this summer we created the Frankfurt Lighthouse Restoration Project Group. It's a mouthful, but it's a diligent group. Spearheaded, the leader, so to speak, is Erin Reed. She's a city resident, but she lives just outside the city on Elm Street in Slate Township. Certainly well of our community and lighthouse itself. We were fortunate to be able to take advantage of some volunteer work. Tom McBride and Marty Roslick, Barb Copenhagen, extreme lighthouse enthusiasts. They're part of Michigan Lighthouse 129. So if you are interested, you go to www.michiganlighthouse129.com. They go all over the Great Lakes, helping out communities with their light structures. But they spent a weekend with us, and they boarded up all the windows, caulked any areas where water could create a lot of problems. So essentially, they really helped us slow down any of the deterioration that may occur due to the elements of that structure is within. We're also going to be visiting with a lighthouse contractor, a different contractor. We've met with Min Enterprises, but on Tuesday, November 26th, we're going to meet with Tyler Finkel, who was with ICC Commonwealth, which is another lighthouse preservation contractor. And our ultimate goal is, dealing with inflation, everything that we all deal with on a day-to-day basis. We want to get an up-to-date number for the full preservation, but we also want to look at a phased approach. So our fundraising through the summer, our crowdfunding initiative. So we started the summer about $49,000, and we're pushing $110,000 right now. So a really great push. And then Paul Dennison, is a seasonal resident of the community. He actually lives in Colorado. He's helping us on a couple grant applications. We've been collaborating via email. This is somebody that Jared Lauer. So Jared is a part of this group that's being on support now. So we got a lot of great synergy going on, partnering with these friends groups. Also going to be meeting with the Corps of Engineers. It's going to be next week, Wednesday. They're pushing it out to the first week of December. Moving forward with the design, they actually have a contract with the Baird. Baird is a Madison, Wisconsin-based engineering firm specialized in marine structures. So it'll be interesting to see how they're doing with that. We obviously want to collaborate with them as we progress with them.
When did they need?
I'll have to show it on my calendar. I got everything down. It's first week of December.
Okay.
It's supposed to be next Wednesday. You're probably gonna find that Mother Nature's not gonna be very quiet that time of year.
Not if I want to get out there.
Exactly, but I'm excited, it's progress. Our sidewalk work, is gonna suspend for the year due to the weather, the pricing will hold tight. Part of the big delay, some of that is we've been working with Consumers Energy to remove a streetlight on Second Street. We started at the beginning of summer to get that project moving forward, and now it's on our agenda as resolutions. That's, it's timelines associated with dealing with consumers. Our DPW do a leaf pickup. Prepared for the winter season, we have our salt sand all mixed up, ready to go. Most of our equipment's ready to go, we don't have the sanders in the trucks yet. Still doing that leaf pickup, we will suspend leaf pickup next Wednesday. If there are any piles that occur beyond that Thanksgiving, we'll obviously address that, but letting the public know that we are suspending the leaf pickup Wednesday prior to Thanksgiving. And then we have to transition immediately into holiday display decor. We got a lot to do before the tree lighting. Next weekend in December. And the TMF grant project that we secured through Eagle has been completed, and we submitted the report to Eagle. That investigative work has determined that there are 273 services within the city that will need to be replaced sometime over the next 20 years. We'll prioritize those. A lot of those services are on the homeowner side. Because we've been pretty diligent on the city side of infrastructure upgrades. So this is dealing with galvanized services. And even if there was a service like this falls in our category that was horribly, which may have been 40 years ago on a past project, it's still categorized. And so it gets put on this inventory list.
We have 270.
273 services within the city that we've inventoried that have galvanized. So that's 270 left to do. Right. Yeah.
I was gonna say, and then what about all of this Main Street stuff that was done?
Also more on Main Street, because the main water main on Main Street between 3rd and 9th Street is old. You know, the areas on Forest Avenue, west of 7th Street are only gonna be homeowner side. Same with Leland, all of Leland Hall will be only homeowner side, James will be homeowner side.
Well, when they had all of Main Street on the north side blocked off, isn't that what they
We're
were?
not real investigating.
Oh, that's.
You could cut a curb stop, see, right? Yeah, so
Oh.
we sucked down,
So you
we
were.
hydro excavated to determine the height of the street sign and the curb box. Right.
Okay.
The majority of the services in the city are good on this. So focus is gonna be shifted to make the residential spending. I'll prioritize that. You know, a lot of times, how you get on the priority is, hey, my pressure's low. Let's go check it out, check the inventory, go in, verify, they get elevated, or obviously if there's a upgrade, it gets elevated to the priority. Some of these ones on Main Street that need to be replaced, those are gonna be challenged. Yeah, I mean, then they're all, you know, they range from $1,000, $8,000, depending on the footage, obstacles. These will be more challenging in cost because of time, a little bit. You know, Main Street's 24 years old, the last time it was paved. Main Street's in really good condition, considering it's 24 years old. It's, Joy mentioned with the DDA, that's something that we're looking at. Come up with a plan and determine what that costs is. Got to determine all planning is looking really fun. In addition to the TMF grant working and training that inventory, we're updating our liability study and our general plan. It's all water distribution system related activities. That'll also create a computer model that'll help chief with flow rates. Hopefully put them in a better position with ISO. I personally would like to do a full blown flow test in addition to a computer model. But you know, to do that, I've been looking at $40,000 to $50,000 expense. So we'll plan towards that computer model. Will give us some good information for now.
Are you talking about the hydrants or when you say flow test?
We'll
All
yeah, so it would be, we would flush the system, then we do static residual readings with the hydrants. Yeah. Sure,
and that's $40,000.
so if we get support. Perfect.
Okay.
We
Well,
have 100
wouldn't that-
hydrants.
Yeah.
Clear.
What was the best way to do it though, is have, or can your guys do it? I didn't think so.
So, when we last did it, full blown process, we opened hydrants up and well, we got data to determine static residual of gallon per minute. We lasted that in 2015, and we've had some upgrades since then, you know, M22 being a major upgrade, that was a 4-inch water main, that was ductile iron, just has the 8-inch top. So that was a significant update to our distribution system.
Sounds like
The
something.
computer mile's gonna get us back with that, but, you know, again, I don't really do a full blown test each hydrant, go back, you know, cause you test each hydrant almost twice. Cause you're doing stackers and.
But it sounds like it's something that can be put in the budget.
Yeah, that's what I'm planning for.
Okay,
Like to get through this project next year up on Michigan Avenue and then allow us to reallocate, you know, some of the other. Things that we wanna do in the community.
well, it sounds like a priority to me.
Absolutely. Any questions for me? What's going on?
It's good to see the EV charger or something.
Yeah, we're not getting a ton of use, but. It's, you know, this time of year.
It's a start.
It's a start. What happens at the Bricks Car Show, you know, they're estimating about 250 cops. A lot of cars. A lot of cars. June 6th, the areas that we're targeting, so they gotta be on asphalt, can't be in grass. So what we've talked about, with the DDA and the chamber is, we wanna keep Main Street as open as possible. So we wanna do the things, sure, at the turn, beach, up to 3rd Street.
What date is this gonna be?
Saturday, June 6th. So when we were talking to you now, it's gonna be a Tuesday afternoon. So this would be great, Tuesday afternoon, we were intrigued by the Tuesday afternoon, just because, what are you gonna have 250 cars, whatever. But back collaborating with them, we're Traverse City. Traverse City is gonna have some. They want Frank Saturday, Traverse City Sunday. It's surprising. It's probably easier to sell it Saturday. Traverse City, so.
I did have, a comment alongside of your launch ramp at Marina report where you said that. About replacing the seal around the freezer door.
Yeah, we got,
I put a big yes,
okay, I'll make it on our schedule,
yeah,
we have really a lot
yeah,
to replace that.
why wait spring?
Yeah, I'll get it put on.
Yeah.
So the launch track currently is generating $1,125 revenue for our fiscal year. Our fiscal year runs July 1st to June 30th. So we get additional revenue in spring. That's when the majority of our seasonal pass holders purchase their passes. Expenses today are at 24.8. Pretty only the launch is covering its expenses. Then and again, I think a lot of that is testament to fishing.
Yeah,
Those are great seasonal. Then the marina, we generated $438,941 in revenue for current fiscal year. And again, we'll get another 119,000 plus or minus seasonal swim agreements in the spring. And to date, we've expended $377,551, so we're really doing really well. In addition to launch ramp, and as Dale mentioned, the Marine Authority is gonna meet, we're gonna talk about adding a lean-to off the back of the building for storage. There's some repairs that we gotta do, to the fuel dock. And then we're gonna talk about whether or not we wanna proceed with a waterways commission grant to help us with the other sidewalk, floating docks, things like that. We're gonna need some to update it.
yeah,
To its credit, the water, consider how old it is, it's in good condition. we'll have to be mindful. This, if we're gonna proceed with this grant application, it will involve, like a hydrographic survey. So we were dredged out in 2013 down to, an overdepth of 14 feet in these slopes. Water started to come down, we're in that down cycle. And we do experience shoaling, we're, so want to monitor. I'm hopeful that we never got to dredge that again, that $1 million project, we got $1 million grant. Largest grant in the state of Michigan. But it took care of our loan traffic and our marina, that was 2013. And we had the luxury of having a local engineering company in our backyard, so.
Yeah,
You know, so keep in mind the future pile drive situations. We also lost a mess owner with, yeah, so things are gonna change as far as how we
gonna have to watch
take care of these places. Construction, those contracts are through between now. So we just need to be mindful of stuff. When, dog park, we just need to meet and talk about rules, cause that's the biggest push I'm getting from the.
Yep, we all agree, we agreed that on the, you gave us two examples.
Yeah.
We picked one, I can't remember which one.
When you get an opportunity, let's just connect and,
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
I like positive, so like, okay, so.
Have fun,
Yeah,
pick up after your dog.
exactly, it's pretty simple,
Somebody's been really mindful of taking care of that part.
yeah.
People have been really good, yeah, it's been a huge hit, I've had more people say good things about that.
I had a resident come up to me, she said, you probably get bitched at a lot. Like, point out the bad things, but,
I have not heard a bad thing yet.
when I go for my walk, I see people in there.
yeah,
Only complaint I've had about the dog park, maybe a few more catches.
well, that's, again, I mean, we need to sit down with, rep board and what will they see to the extent of those dollars we wanna go, we need to do a suitable tribute to. Yeah, Ruth Deacon.
Yep.
And I just were a part of that conversation. Also landscaping is part of that conversation.
Sure.
You know, I
Maybe.
didn't put anything. I thought I was in trouble this year, and I really want Chief to get his Lucas Jessica machine. But one thing that we could submit to the tribe is, I just. Something we look through.
Do we have any spares that we could like put 2 or 3? We could.
Either picnic tables. But, I just been really had any, we had
Maybe we could
Well, this time of year,
put in medication also. Then. For root maintenance.
yeah,
that's not it.
I'm sure shot. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll make a point, discuss some of that stuff next one.
I don't know, I'm not the. BP one, I'm shot.
Well, that's.
So, I'm gonna be sleeping with them, get me.
I mean, I do think inside. Working with you, you know, the inside, I think it's just gonna get packed down. Well, by dogs when you, maybe, yeah, I don't know, maybe ensuring that the gate is successful and not have, so, I don't know if the guys could. You know,
Yeah, to the game.
Well, we will experience this, I mean, we do it in our yards, right, when you know, and so you don't know exactly where the dog goes. What we're gonna be faced with in the spring is. Nice.
and, you know, fingers crossed. Hopeful there's volunteers, people there use that for. We step up and.
Friends with.
So.
Sure. No, it's mass, sure.
Ready. Did anybody have any further questions for Josh? Okay, the. Police chief report is there. Fire chief, Mike,
Couple updates here, Jen copied this, she's got it. They had 22 active members, we've actually, 23 plus. Gave the United States Air Force honorably discharged firefighter level 2. And, hazardous materials, also national certified medical first responder, currently waiting in team 214 and copy this driver's license. State of Michigan on page of that. They should progress across this mission. After recent presentation of Mr. Zimmerman's class, we gained another junior firefighter, Riley McCarthy. His stressed a strong desire and is making this a career choice. Along with Samantha Dereischer, who lives in Alberta, we're working with her for the last couple of years. She's been shadowing us in Northwest Education to go to the Career Tech, formerly the Career Tech Center of Public Safety. And she's going to be shadowing again the next couple of weeks. And she would also like to join the department. She's 18 currently right now, contemplating whether or not she wants to get into the fire academy of Traverse City since she's up there anyways. We talked about grants, and that'll be coming up here shortly. We're trying again for the AFG grant, for the federal grant to place our aging 2003 SCBA packs. The grant allows up to $10,000 per pack. We're putting in Genetic's pack, mask, and bottles, spare bottle and regular bottle. And they would, going as a regional grant with Glen Lake and 2 other departments, and we're going to be able to find we made the final cut for the last AFG grant, and we found out from them that we would have got it if they had more money. They ran out of money. So we're
reapplying.
they, in fact, I've been advised by everybody at, that because we were in the bullseye, dust them off, resubmit it in, and you'll get a better shot at it. So that's what we're going to do. And thankfully, Glen Laker's working diligently. Nate up there, he's handling the show this time. We do not need to be financial person in that one.
Oh, no, are they going to?
They're gonna
Okay.
fiduciary work.
Good.
That's fine. So
Good.
I'm gonna put in a request here. My was showing that 15 packs, we're gonna ask for 20 packs. And 10 spare masks and 8 more packs. That'll have to be adjusted. And the grant travel stand 2% grant application. We're applying for that towards the chest compression device. We're currently much needed. We've got a lot of
Does that
and yeah, this is made by a company, it's Lucas, it's an identical model to Lucas. It's made in North Carolina by veterans, and it is it's a lot cheaper than Lucas. Lucas is $22,500. This is $10,000. $11,000 with a spare guy, so they won't cheat as much as Lucas, so I'm not paying for me. Okay. Equipment, building update on that. Our tri-gas detector every month, I calibrate them, both of them. One previously went out and the oxygen sensor went out, and now the second one's gone. So I sent it to Grand Rapids for repair. I just got it back on Monday. The oxygen sensor was replaced. Run updates as of 4:30 p.m. today for November. We had 31 EMS runs total, which are region-wide, and 7 fires, 31 EMS runs to get into the city, and there was 1 fire run that was just yesterday. That we're down all. One of the things that I mentioned in my report is community relations. When we didn't have pancake breakfast, my phone blew up. Why aren't we having pancakes? In fall, right? I said, well, I couldn't get enough people. We also had some other problems, with regards to last year bordering supplies. We really just couldn't get it together. When we did, we were concerned. So I got Natalie and Nick from Birch and Maple, those are Molis and Mayflower Burger Bar. Reached out to us and said they want to run it. They want to make it happen. And they were going to order everything and take care of the advertising and do it. It's like, but they want us to bus tables and serve food, and we can do that. We're good at it. Handle that.
You
So,
won't have to cook.
oh, yeah, I got cook. I don't. Okay, so anyways, what is really nice about this, is they're gonna do it, they suggested at, the Mayfair Burger Bar, because they have a huge grill that can handle that capacity for pancakes. And they set up 2 dates, one is December 15th. And the other one is going to be in June, so, they've set 2 dates, they're gonna run it. And we're gonna be there, we're gonna start, yeah, it's gonna be from 8 to noon. And they're offering specials for anybody who wants to stick around afterwards. Put a poster on out there. We're getting those out in the community, and like, so we get some more social media output, this information. The 15th of December, so we can all go make that happen.
Very nice of them.
Yes.
Offer that.
We appreciate it.
And they printed all of the brochures too.
Get care of all that, and it makes it great. The fire department would like to express its heartfelt appreciation to J.A. Martin Nation for the department. And for my happy notes, you notice that we bought that wildland fire up to Lake Township. It started out at 50 pounds, and by the time we would be up there, this thing was 22 acres. It's on a windy day, one day. We ended up calling for assistance from Station 6 on Honor and Station 5 water shuttle operations. What had happened is that, I guess the happy note was we had a total of about 13 of our firefighters just show up, make it happen, and we were getting on it fast. I think it was heading into another field, Brandon Orchard. And just to see everybody, my gratitude for the team, they worked on this, for 7 hours, cleaned everything up within 7 hours, they had everything back to work, we were back in service. That fire, so it was fantastic. And then the little surprise was Jessica and Jeff Cobian, who saved their orchard down there on the farm in that field. Stop by and handed us snap at 5 the apples that were off the orchard. Oh, shortly, but it's so. We got a special thanks for that. Anybody have any questions? Nice report.
Yeah. Okay, now moving on to old business, it is the communication report, or the lease. We've worked months and months and months, and this has got, Ross's blessing. He's sat in on several meetings with that, the county has, signed it on their part, and we just need to text it on it. And what we will have to do, Ross is still trying to check to see, from the county administrator, she indicated that this whole thing, would have to be, entered on the deeds, because, and Ross said it does, but he also did just a memorandum, and he thought that probably would be sufficient without having to put this whole agreement on there, so we're still waiting to see. There was a memorandum. So we just need to approve this. And that is over. It's Sydney. As good as it gets.
I'll make a motion to approve the communication tower site lease agreement between Stan Frankfurt and Benzie County. And authorize Mayor Ware to sign with that list.
Son,
Any questions from anybody?
I don't know where it's going. But drop cell falls now and we drive past that. Never happened before,
It's not.
and it's weird. It's weird. It's like every time,
You know, I understand much.
yeah.
And I even sat there and matter of fact, one time I had to call Mike. And I sat there at the corner of James and that and it was fine.
Yeah, it's strange.
It's your fault. It's your fault.
Yeah, give price and they can.
Okay,
Not get right.
roll,
Charters,
Yes.
O'Gorman,
yes,
Stratton, yes, Olson.
Yeah.
Rowe.
Yes.
thank you. Glad to have that done. Okay. We've been months working on it. Okay, the next one is appointment to planning commission. We had 3 applicants. And of the 3, count that Jared was, one had a conflict, the other one didn't qualify because it was not a resident of the city. So that's why we're going with Jared, and after this appointment and any further appointments from now on, we're gonna go back to the old procedure that they used to do. They would have them fill out their interest, but also fill out the application. And then whatever committee that they're wanting to go to, they're gonna be in. And like, if it's chair of the planning commission, so on and so forth, and make a selection back. So in the future, that's the way we used to do it. It kind of fell by the wayside. So I'm going to make a motion to appoint Jared Lowry to the planning commission to complete the term left vacant by the resignation of Jay White. This appointment is set to expire 5/9/27. Roll call,
O'Gorman,
yes.
Stratton, yes, Olson.
Yep.
Corolla,
Yes.
Charters.
Okay, the next one, easement of electric facilities, 800 megahertz power.
So to provide electricity for that people power holder, we need to have an easement with the sewer center, your sewer needs to have an easement with the single brand. Electric. No issues. We just need to be mindful, some point in time, we may wanna do something on that corner. Where they have it coming in, it's right next to the existing building, so that. I don't see any future conflicts, but just we just need to be mindful of that, if you ever do something on that. They're gonna be overhead or underground, it's underground. In water, cause you know. Swans.
Make a motion to authorize Superintendent Josh Mills to sign an easement for the electric facilities, Siemens Energy to cross a portion of city property for the emergency community.
Olson,
Any questions? Roll call,
Stratton, yes, Olson.
Yep.
Corolla,
Yes.
Charters,
Yes.
O'Gorman,
yes. A resolution to submit a Grand Traverse Dam of Ottawa and Chippewa. Right,
This is our opportunity to submit that, Tech chest compression device in private council. They have 2% allocation. Well, I got donations that cover our local energy, probably about 13.6, almost over the 2%. Most of get our hands on this, a very important device, and, tell you what, it takes about 3 or 4 months, to take things like CPR weight.
I'll make a motion, to pursue a grant through the Grand Traverse Band for the purchase of one, TVM Tech chest compression device for the city of Frankfurt Park.
Second.
Roll call?
Olson. Corolla.
Yes.
Carter.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Stratton, yes. Hernandez.
Next three items is a new ruling from the auditor that whenever we transfer money from reserves, we have to have council approval. Before, we've always been doing it. But I guess there's another procedure that we have to go through, so it's pretty much, that's what the next three things is. We need to transfer money from the reserves to pay the bills for each one of these things. So the first one is the Lighthouse Reserve transfer. So I'll make a motion to transfer $895.46 from the Lighthouse Reserve to cash and increase budget amendment for general ledger line number 101. She missed the one. 299 800
Second.
Roll call?
Corolla.
Yes.
Carter.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Stratton, yes. Corolla.
Yes.
The same thing is for pickleball, sir.
I make a motion to approve the transfer of $4,551 from fiscal year reserve to cash to offset the expense of the county chargebacks and associated budget.
I'll second.
Roll call?
Charter.
Yes.
Ford.
Yes.
Stratton. Yes. Olson.
Yeah.
Corolla.
Yes.
And this next one is the Lighthouse Reserve transfer. Sorry. The typo work.
It was just gonna. So this one is already set aside in reserve.
It's already.
Yeah. Well, I'll make a motion to approve the transfer of the 52,425 and 0 cents from the pickleball reserve to cash to offset the expenditure paid to team members and corresponding budget.
Roll call?
Ford.
Yes.
Stratton, yes. Olson. Corolla.
Yes.
Carter.
Yes. And receive from the trees. Or means you already. So I'll make a motion to approve a transfer of $5,650 to the tree from the tree preservation reserve to cash to offset a portion of the 50% match required for the DNR tree grant and the corresponding budget amendment as needed. Roll call?
Stratton, yes. Olson.
Yes.
Corolla.
Yes.
Carter. Ford.
These, so,
She's
the ones that got planted. M22 in front of, yeah, much more of those.
With their. I got a folder now, sure that we're all, it's 95 trees we're planting.
Okay. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
And so our nursery, obviously, well, the tree board has, you have how many trees left?
That they want to plant. Yeah, this year it's 5 more.
Okay, so we had,
Two.
so, but we had to purchase these trees.
Yes.
Oh, these are bigger California trees.
Like the trees that we
Yeah.
planted out.
Okay.
And then what they have to do is take pictures, then when they turn it into the, for the grant reimbursement. Okay, all right. Next one is. Assistant to fire chief grant application, Mike.
Yeah, what we're asking is the final grant for the assistant firefighting HFG grant. What comments and notes for change here. We're asking for, there's actually 4 of the departments, it was 10. This has been because the federal government decided to do the AFG grants all one time period instead of spreading them out. We're literally putting this together as quickly as possible. So it's 4 other departments, regional and the federal grant, and I'm asking for 20 packs along with rapid intervention pack and 10 various size. So it was shown 20 down below, and then 10 extra face packs and 1 rapid intervention team kit.
I'll make a motion to allow. To allow fire department to participate in the regional assistance to firefighter grant if she's asking for 20 air packs, 10 extra face masks, and 1 rapid intervention team kit.
I'll second.
So, like, I just have a quick question, I understand the equipment's getting old and needs to be replaced, but. So with that, how many packs have we got right now?
We're down to 12 packs, that's all we get, and they're, if they break, there's no replacement part, but no, I get it. So yeah, we're down to 12, that's what we got, basically only 12 pickup with whole interior, we need to be an 80, LDH environment. So that's, good. And the packs we currently have 2216 bottle, which is 30-minute bottle. We're asking in the grant for 45. So you can get them wired.
And EPA says those bottles have to be replaced every 10 years.
Well, the DOT has changed the rules on a lot of composites. Think about 15 years. 5-year, 5-year.
And answer your question.
It does,
You'll mark it. All right, next one, street light roll call, yes, it.
Yes.
Corolla,
Yes.
Charter,
yes,
Florida,
Yes,
and Stratton.
yes. Okay, now. The street light removal resolution for consumers, second and Marquez.
Attached for your review are
Yes,
associated with removal of light located on the east side of Second Street and Market Circle intersection. This is what we've been talking about with the sidewalk, connecting down to the art center. Place that sidewalk on the back side of the curb, we got mature trees there that creates complex too. But this is the end process to get that pole removed. And we lease these lights, so we will see a slight reduction in our annual fee to consumers energy for those lights. But there is a charge to have that light.
okay. And that's gonna be $1,348.
Yes.
Will we put a new light back up at where it's done?
We're gonna monitor it.
On dark.
Smell dark, it's pretty light there. We need to, there is a hole on the west. We can. Oh, there you go. So that's going to be. Fine. We have that. One thing. Safety thing.
Just one more.
Okay.
Well, they got rid of 3 or 4 guys.
Rehire manager. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're supposed.
We'll make a motion to adopt the resolution authorizing Consumers Energy Company to make changes to the lighting service and authorize City Superintendent Josh Mills to sign the agreement for modifications of electric facilities. Authorization for Change in standard lighting contract, form 547 to remove the street lights at the intersection of Second Street and Father Marquette.
Second.
Roll call.
Corolla,
Yes.
Carter,
Yes.
Florida,
Yes.
Becky, yes, Gordon.
Okay.
Public input.
I'll speak at once.
Thank you.
I think the benches look great up front, the horseshoe ones that. Karen coming in 9:15.
Wonder if they do look.
They look awesome.
That's Joanne's husband.
I know.
And all I did was furnish with supplies and irritant, so, cause he does too.
Yeah, I mean, nice design.
Thank you, I will pass that on to you. I think those are probably the one wrong piece. Well, they'll have to find somebody else to do it in the future. Okay, well, can you adjourn? Linda.
I'll second.
Corolla,
Yes.
Carter.
Yep.
Florida,
Yes.
Olden.
Yes.
Well, there one thing.
Oh, yeah.
You have to put on the bill.
Yeah, sign all of my stuff to sign.
No, I moved it.
Yeah, that's what we need.
You guys want us?
Thank you all.
Like those soldiers that kill.
No, one you're gonna short copy.
Oh, yeah, sure.
The other one is, you're gonna over it tonight.
Yeah, I. Just still be like grilling trash.
All right, safe drive. Yeah. You got anything to do? Sure. Well, you guys, so family doesn't. Oh, yeah, because we don't have, back to back anymore. We used to have. It's. Crystal Lane's in, was right after this, Chief and I were.